ushering up a demon like as if it's a spider. Like this is why we're never allowed in the same room with each other for too long, because this happens. Oh god.
We're back.
Well, hello, motherfuckers.
Okay, right, that sums up the Sunday afternoon, doesn't it? Welcome back to the Cold Spot Confessions podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Stacey.
I'm Vicky.
And we are here, barely here.
Surviving.
Cold and tired, but we are here. I don't know why we decide to record this every time in the evening.
I know it's because the kids are in bed.
Yeah, I know it's because the kids are in bed, but I feel like I'm just so tired.
It's always after I've had a full day of work.
Yeah.
With my child.
And a full day of being pregnant with a baby. Not pregnant with a baby, but I have another baby.
You also pregnant with a baby.
Well, I
You're not pregnant with an alien.
Well, who knows, considering Andrew's status right now.
That is true.
We don't know. It could be part alien. Who knows? Anyway, we forgot to do this last week, but shall we spill the poltergeist?
Yep, you go first.
Of course, you make me go first. Okay, let's spill the poltergeist today. What's happened this week? I feel like,
I mean, you have a very lovely tree.
Oh yeah, maybe that should be my fault. Oh, my poor tree. It does look a little bit possessed. It's possessed by Whoville.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a very Grinchy Whoville kind of tree.
Oh, me and Andrew, honestly, we got home yesterday with that tree and we sat in the kitchen in silence with it half propped up, and it looked so shit. It was so bad. So basically, yesterday we decided, even though it's the 22nd of November, let's go get a Christmas tree, because the boys, my two oldest, they are with their dad for the next 2 weeks. So, like, the next 2 weekends. So it means we won't technically get to put our tree up with them until like middle of December, which is not okay in my house. Like, yeah, it's not happening. I'm already watching Christmas films.
I remember us nagging mum at the 1st of November.
Well, this is it. So we decided, let's go get a tree. Originally, we were going to go and get a fake tree, because we were just like, right, let's spend like £35 to £40 max on a tree, and then we can reuse it every year, and it'll be worth spending that much money on it. Like, that's,
yeah, we've had ours for about 5 years.
Yeah, that's what we were prepared to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Took them to the range. Let's go tree shopping. Everyone's excited by getting this tree. And there was a tree for £30. It was like, I would say it was 3 foot tall, maybe 4 foot. It had barely any branches, and it looked like someone had just robbed its essence out of it.
See,
that was £30. We were like, we're not spending that.
Yeah, you should wait for January.
I don't. We went in January.
No, I know, but after Christmas, we got ours in Asda. It was a £70 or £80 tree before the sales. We got it for like 35, 40 quid.
Well, I haven't done that.
And that's 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, the next, I could not find, I'm not shitting you, a tree that looks like a normal Christmas tree. It was £140.
Jesus.
For a fucking tree. And I was like, no, we are not spending that today. So we went and got a real tree. And they were all netted. We couldn't see what they looked like. We were just like, let's just get it. The kids are already just playing up. Malachi need to get back for a nap. We're just like, let's get this tree. Pick a tree, any tree, get a stand. Got the cheapest stand, because we're not spending a shit ton of money on a stand.
Yep.
Long story short, got home, unnetted the tree, and there was no, like, you know, when it poofs out and you're like, oh, like, this is the exciting part. You're going to get hit by a tree. There's none of that. It just stayed tiny and slim. And we were like looking at this tree like, okay. And so many pine needles fell on the floor.
No, yeah, you want to get one that's
so many, to the point you could touch the tree and you have it all over your hands. Anyway, got the tree out, looked terrible. Noticed that the whole entire tree, what's the middle of the tree called?
Branches?
No, the middle of the tree trunk.
Yeah.
It was all bent.
Oh.
It's skewer. It like goes off to the side and then comes back and then goes back up.
It's just a unique tree.
It has branches missing because they're all fallen off and snapped. So there's holes everywhere.
It's seen some things.
It's definitely seen some things. If I could describe this tree, and I will put a picture of this tree up actually.
Yeah.
On our Instagram, I can show you how it looks now. It looks better that I got some garland stuff and I wrapped it around it to fill in some holes. And then we've got giant baubles and some mini ones to hide a lot of the other holes.
I like how it's almost looks very symmetrical, and then you just have one branch that's longer than the rest of them just sticking out.
The top one, it's all poofy at the top.
Yeah.
There's so many. Anyway, it literally looks like the Grinch stole our tree and then brought us back something from Whoville. I mean, I like it now, but we also the tree stand broke as well.
Oh.
Because the tree was too big and it snapped. So we now have 3 bits of string or rope tying the tree to the top of our curtain pole.
I didn't even notice that.
So it doesn't fall over. So that's me spilling the poltergeist fix. How about you spill your poltergeist for this week?
Well, I mean, on the Christmas note, so my week has been all right actually, apart from today, which is why I'm so tired. Because every Sunday, I go to work and I take Enzo with me. Because I'm a cleaner, so he can just come with me. He usually is good as gold, watches CBeebies, does his own thing, only comes to me when he needs me. Yeah, very, very chilled, usually plays with his toys, whatnot. Today he woke up and chose violence. From the moment he woke up, he has non-stop whinged, moaned, outright refused to do anything. I said, "Can you put your shoes on, please?" "No, thank you." "Enzo, can you please put your shoes on? We need to go." "I don't want to." Full on attitude. I'm like, oh god. It's like a full on three-nager. And we had to fake phone Santa. That did not go down well. He was not happy with me. He also said he hated Santa too.
Yeah, well, at least he doesn't have comebacks like us.
Yeah. So yeah, we did that, and then earlier after sitting down and eating dinner, I said to him, "Just let you know, I actually didn't phone Santa." I said, "But next time I will." And then after that, my phone went off, and it was a phone call from Santa because I downloaded one of those little apps that can phone, and it says like the reason why Santa's calling. So Santa told him that if he doesn't behave, then he is going to be on the naughty list. So I'm really hoping that he's actually going to be good now.
It won't work.
Because he has drained my soul.
Okay, so today's story, let's just dive straight into it. We are going to be talking about something that is very close to us.
Yeah.
Because we have experienced this, but other people also experience similar things in the nearby pub. It used to be an old boarding school.
It was the Trevarrack Boarding School.
Yeah, which makes you think boarding, but they never stayed there.
Yeah.
And then in later years, it turned into the Tyringham Arms, which is when it didn't get
this. That's when we knew it as.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Today is not todaying.
No,
I feel like I'm
flagging.
I feel like I'm much like a lag. I'm like lagging. Not really 100% there. But yes, so that's what we're going to be talking about today, because basically we moved into a house right next door to the Tyringham Arms, and it's called the old schoolhouse. And then like a month before we moved in there, we actually did a bit of research and it was called the Death House. So that's also fun. If we're going to start right at the beginning, let's talk about the architect who actually built the school.
Let's go from there.
The architect that actually built the school, designed the school, was actually a famous architect in Cornwall, one of the most famous architects at the time.
Okay.
Which I didn't know.
No, I didn't know that.
I think I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but I'm dyslexic, so it's not going to...
I think at this point they know that pronunciations with us just isn't going to be what they are.
It's Sylvanus Treadvale. I think this person just wants me not to be able to pronounce their name.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
going to call him Sylvie for a minute.
Okay.
Because I just can't.
New nickname.
His nickname is Sylvie.
Yeah, let's just hope he likes it.
He's not going to come and kill me, hopefully. Anyway, he was one of the most prominent and influential architects in Cornwall in the late 19th century, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He has also designed the Headland Hotel in Newquay, the Atlantic Hotel in Newquay, the Carbis Bay Hotel in Carbis Bay, and also the King Arthur's Castle Hotel in Tintagel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which I think is pretty interesting. So he was the designer and the architect for those buildings. However, even though he had a very successful profession,
Yeah, those buildings are beautiful.
yeah, he struggled with mental health. And unfortunately, he died by suicide in 1903 by shooting himself on a train entering Brown Queen Tunnel near Bodmin Road Station.
Wow.
Which is very unfortunate
Brutal.
and sad. So pretty much not long after designing the Tyringham Arms or the Trevarrack School, he then commits suicide.
Wow.
Which is eerie and
Yeah.
sad. I wouldn't want to ride that train.
No.
Hope that train is no longer running. It'd be interesting to know if that's actually haunted or not.
Probably.
Moving on from the architect, the Trevarrack School or the Tyringham Arms. I'm just going to call it Tyringham Arms because honestly it's easier than saying the Trevarrack School.
Yeah.
It was built around 1879 and it was a mixed-sex school. There's a record from 1893 that actually shows the attendance of 42 boys, 40 girls and 38 infants.
Oh, wow.
Which I didn't know they had infants there, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a day school, even though it has the board title in the name.
Do you know that the name actually changed in 1902 to Trevarrack Council School?
Makes it sound way worse.
Yeah, Trevarrack Council School.
It sounds pretty like pristine when it's just board school, but calling it a council school, you think,
Yeah.
Yes, so it was a day school and no students stayed overnight. However, the head teacher did. It was known for the headmaster and his wife and kids would be staying in the old schoolhouse, which is actually the place that we lived when we were younger. The last headmaster that I could find was called William Tonkin, which is actually a quite Cornish name because I've heard the name Tonkin a few times from other people, like people I know.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they're related. So I know that he lived there with his wife and his daughter and his 3-month-old son, which the daughter part will come into play in a bit. Like you will understand why we're getting so interested by there being a little girl that used to live there. But that is for a later date. There was actually a bout of whooping cough, I think it was, going around in the school at some point, and a lot of children did die. There is definitely a record of 2 girls' funeral that the school actually attended.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I believe it was from whooping cough, but I might be wrong. So whooping cough or whooping cough?
I don't know how to actually
because I read it as whooping, but then I feel like whoop whoop. The sound
exactly. When you got whooping as a hoop, I think that's what is meant. It's like hoop, isn't it? Hoop.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
But
I mean, back then hygiene wasn't really a thing. So it could have been anything.
Hygiene?
It could have been absolutely anything that was going around. But whooping cough was actually a major thing.
There was actually, I think back then, the childhood mortality was really high. Like people, like I know lots of kids would die back then.
That's also why loads of people had multiple children.
Backups.
Yeah, pretty much. That's literally why. It's because then you would know, like, okay, so if I had 10 children and 5 of them die, at least I'll have 5 more to help on the farm. That's why they had so many kids.
Maybe that's why Mum had you. She was like, I'll just have 1 more as a backup.
Yeah, but then she went on to have 2 more.
I know. So. I think she kind of wanted to replace us. Anyway, so yeah, these kids were dying as well, and why was it that the school closed in the end? I can't remember.
Because there was other schools within the village popping up. So like there was other
I read
built. The need for the school was just dropping.
Anyway, that closed down and then the Tyringham Arms Pub replaced it.
Yeah.
Which is where the magic happens. This is where
we come in.
This is where we come in. This is where the spooky fun starts.
So,
but there are some really cool ghost stories with that, and I've got 2 about little resident ghosts that did live there that locals were talking about.
Yeah, because I remember like when we used to go for like Sunday carvery, because our house and the Tyringham Arms are right next to each other.
Yeah.
And there was always somebody talking about something weird that had happened in the pub.
Yeah.
So it just kind of became normal for us.
So the first resident ghost there was called the Highwayman. And the Highwayman actually comes up in the Jamaica Inn as well.
Okay.
But I think it's a different spirit, but it's just known as the Highwayman.
Yeah, just like how like you have the women in white.
Kinda, yeah.
Multiple places around the world, but it's usually a very similar.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So the Highwayman, usually everything that happens with the Highwayman is on the upper floors of the building. So that was where the main part of the Trevarrack School was before it became a pub.
Okay.
So the main floor, basically.
Yeah.
That's when a lot of people see him. The Highwayman was a notorious figure for being pursued by the law. So people believe that he was an outlaw, basically getting chased down by some form of police figure. The legend states that the Highwayman died in one of 2 ways.
Right,
so there's 2 different ways it could have happened.
Yeah.
So either he was shot by his pursuers whilst hiding in a room.
Plausible. Very plausible.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Or he jumped or fell from the upstairs window while trying to desperately escape and crashing to the ground.
I believe the first theory, to be fair. Because, I mean,
more like
it's like a second story, isn't it? So you're not depending on the way you fall, that's not going to be enough to
kill you.
To unalive you, unless you fall on your head.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
So, yeah, I mean, unfortunate. I mean, if you're going to jump out the window, try and survive from something, you're not going to swan dive.
I mean, Lara Croft does. Just saying.
No, we made her do that.
So he reportedly sought refuge in one of the upper rooms of the building. And it was likely because he was believing it was like a secluded spot so he could hide.
Yeah.
And he was believed to haunt the building because of his violent deaths. And he's kind of trapped there now because of it.
Yeah, usually tragic deaths are the ones that stays.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of...
If somebody dies peacefully in their sleep, they're not going to be like, hey, guys, I'm just going to move your whole house around while you're sleeping. Like, it's usually the violent deaths.
I mean,
I'm going to fuck shit up.
To be fair, if that was Mum, that's what the ghost would be doing. Mum moves around her furniture all the time.
Yeah, I know, she can't stay still.
So whoever gets her as a ghost, I'm sorry, but your shit's going everywhere.
At least you'll have a new redecorated house every day.
I guess. So locals claim to see the silhouetted face or figure of the man appearing briefly in the glass of the window of the upstairs room where he fell.
Oh.
I don't like that.
No. That's why I never looked over there in the night.
I also just don't like looking. I always worry that if I look in someone's window, I'm going to see a figure.
Yeah. That's why every night I'd have my curtain shut.
Yeah.
Because I could not look out the window.
You don't want to risk that.
No, especially in that house. Yeah, windows for me, no.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no.
I didn't ever like looking outside of my window because mine was right onto where the gates were, and they always looked super
road.
creepy.
Yeah,
I just couldn't. Anyway, others report a distinct heavy feeling of being watched or a sudden coldness in the upper parts of the building. I don't like that. I hate that feeling of being watched.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, the feeling of somebody else is here, yet
hello,
I can't see anybody.
It's just like, can you not just be nice and have a conversation with me?
Yeah, just be like, oh, by the way, I'm here. I'm friendly. I'm just chilling because I can't move on from my tragic death.
Yeah, just explain your situation. We can move on.
Yeah, tell me your name, your backstory. Maybe we can sit down and have a laugh. We can watch a movie.
Yeah.
Chill
Order
out.
pizza. You can't have any, but I'll eat yours.
You pay for it. Oh, wait.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like this the chills of feeling like someone's watching you is just gross. The next story I have is about an old woman. And to be fair, this one's like more of a happy one. So she's called the old woman at the bar. This one, I think everyone feels is more of a warm spirit. Like no one's scared of her.
Grandmother vibe.
Yeah, that's exactly the vibes she's getting. Yeah, so she's given. She is believed to be the spirit of an elderly woman who was a devoted long-term regular of the pub during her time.
Oh, okay.
So she's just like, look, just give me my beer.
Yeah, like I'm a loyal customer. Like even in my death, I am loyal.
Yeah. She's usually seen sitting at the bar quite often in her spot, just like chilling.
Yeah.
She doesn't really sit anywhere else. She sits where she is. It's her seat.
I mean, if you're going to be that loyal, you deserve that seat, my love.
I feel like she's a bit like Sheldon, like that's my seat.
Yeah, that's my spot.
Yeah. And she's also described as smiling or nodding at people, acknowledging them as if they know them. So she's just like, look, I'm just here. I can't leave this place, but let's just have a pint together.
Or I'm just sitting here sipping my sherry, enjoying my afterlife. You know, you guys crack on, do your thing. I'm just gonna sip on my drink.
Wouldn't it be really funny though if this lady wasn't actually dead? This wasn't a ghost. It was just a really old lady.
It's Malnourished that you see through.
So apparently she vanishes abruptly after only a few seconds, sometimes leaving behind a sudden momentary warmth or feeling of peace.
Oh,
yeah. So she just like leaves a fart behind.
A lovable fart. A little love puff.
Love puff. Yeah, well, you know, some ghosts, you know, they leave a what would be the opposite of that? A stale puff.
A hate shart.
Okay, I think that should now be the two different types of disappearing for ghosts. Friendly ones are love puffs. The poltergeist scary ones are
hate sharts.
Hate sharts. Love it. So she vanishes, leaving a love puff behind. And everyone oh god.
Oh god, everything's too funny when you're tired.
So I think from this moment, like they're the two main ghosts from the Tyringham Arms, but there have been loads of other sightings and stories about it. I just can't remember what they are.
If anybody ever worked there, and you have any stories, feel free to email us at the coldspotconfessionspodcast@gmail.com or send us a message on our TikTok or Instagram. We would love to hear them. Yeah. I know there are so many, we just can't remember them all.
Right. I think this is a good way to just, now we've spoken about the resident ghosts at the Tyringham Arms, to go into the juicy details of our house, aka the dead house, aka the old schoolhouse.
I still hate driving past that house.
I had nightmares for weeks, not even weeks, months after leaving that house.
Yeah.
So when was it we moved in there?
I was 11. I started secondary school in 2009. So it was 2009 we moved in.
I feel so old.
Yeah, I know.
So we fought for this house. We really wanted this house. Had a viewing. It looked amazing. It was big. It was really cheap for the price. And
it was beautiful.
Let me pre-warn you that if you are looking for a house and it is cheap, it's big, beautiful house, and like it's everything you want.
Has a garden, conservatory, parking, all gated off.
It's
like living the dream.
It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
There is something wrong with that house. There's a reason that house is so cheap.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got into this not bidding war, but like there was another family interested in this house, and we were like fighting for this house. We're like, we need this house. My mom really, really wanted it. We all really wanted this house, and we got it after a lot of like hassle.
Yeah.
And then it came to the picking of the rooms. So Malika, our older sister, she
drew the short straw.
She did, but then she also didn't because I wanted her room. Her room
you
was
fought
beautiful.
over that room, and I remember the fights that you had over it. You two were just awful.
Malika always got her way.
Because
I
she's
love
the
you, Millie.
oldest.
I love you, Millie, but you always got your way.
Yeah. The oldest child can do no harm.
Yeah. Anyway, this room was beautiful. It was light. It had the amazing lighting. Like it was like beautiful.
Yeah.
It had a mirrored wardrobes.
Like built-in wardrobes.
Yeah, built-in wardrobes. I had built-in wardrobes and mine looked shit.
Yeah, you had they almost like old granny ones.
Yeah, they were great. So wooden with like the
little slats.
Slats, yeah. Anyway, her room was beautiful and I wanted her room because like I'm gonna look like the most amazing princess in this room because I'm such a girly girl.
Yeah.
And anyway, Malika got it and I was stuck with the room next to hers. My room, like, it wasn't that great. It was very dated. Malika's was very new.
Yeah, very
It
modern.
was very different.
Yeah.
They were very different rooms.
Bearing in mind, they were right next to each other.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the front of the house, Millie's was the left-hand side one. Stacey's is the right.
Yeah.
Literally front of the house. Same sunlight, same everything. Millie's was just looked nicer at the time.
Yeah, so much nicer. And anyway, after all of that, yeah, she won the room. I remember the day we moved into that house, everything changed.
Yeah.
As soon as we walked into that house, there was this dread, as if like the house was like masking itself.
Come on in, I'm lovely. And then as soon as you move in, it's like, ha, bitch, I got you.
It was literally like that. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
And I remember we moved in and we're like, oh my god, this bath has jets.
Oh my god, yeah. We were like, oh my god, we can have like bubble baths.
We were so excited. We were so excited about this bath because it had like these little jets come out and it was like kind of splash water everywhere and make bubbles. And we're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
It's a hot tub in our house.
I went in. The first thing I went in to do was to test out these jets because I was like, I need to see how this works.
Yeah.
Turned it on and it looked like blood was coming out of where the jets would be coming out.
Yeah.
And I remember being so terrified because I was like, what is that?
I remember screaming for Mum, like, Mum, there's blood coming out of the jets. And we're like, oh my god, is somebody dead? And like, there's blood's gone in the pipes.
Yeah, it was awful.
And Mum was like, oh, it's just rust. It's just rust. Yeah. And we're like, that does not look like rust.
Rust is not red.
No, it's orange.
I mean, I know it can look a bit reddy, but honestly, I know it probably was rust, but seriously, it was awful.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my first thing. I was like, not okay. And then I remember getting left at the house because I was like 13 at the time or something like that.
Yeah.
And Mum went back to get more like of the stuff, the furniture and stuff. And I can't remember who was there with me. I don't know if I was just on my own, but I remember just being so terrified and I didn't feel alone. And not the sense of like another human's in there with me, but a sense of like something's wrong.
Yeah.
I do not like this house.
I got that a lot. I remember Mum being like, I'm just going to nip to the shop. And I was like, okay.
Your room was horrible as well. I didn't like your room.
So I had to make sure, like, I never had an issue with my curtains being open when I was younger. Like in the old house, never had a problem with that. Never had a problem with like my wardrobe or leaving my toys out. I didn't care about that. The moment we moved into that house, I locked my wardrobe because it was like one of the old-fashioned ones with like the old key.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same key that Mum had for a bureau. So I stole the key for that and I would lock my wardrobe every night, put the key on top of the wardrobe, but I would lock all of my Barbies inside that wardrobe because I had a feeling if I didn't, they'd be moving around. They'd like come to life. And I had to make sure that my curtains were shut because I could have sworn at one point I seen like a face in the window.
Gross.
And it's like the second story, like window, like nobody will be there.
Hello.
Yeah, literally just like almost like pressed up against it. It was so weird. So that was my nightly routine.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a ritual. I had to do that, otherwise I would not sleep. And as soon as the light went off, I was not opening up my eyes until the morning.
Yeah. So it was just an eerie feeling in this house. cut to a few weeks later of moving in and living in that house. I just remember, from me personally, I had to sleep, and I remember it's when Twilight was like super in, and I was watching Twilight all the time. I remember I had to have Twilight on. I would have it on repeat, and then like I would wake up in the middle of the night, and the soundtrack for like the starting thing, so you can press play, would be going.
Yeah.
And then I have to click play again.
That's when we had DVDs instead of like Netflix.
We didn't have Netflix. Okay. It was a DVD, and it was stuck on the home screen, and it just played the same song over and over again.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had that, and I'd keep waking up, pressing play, and then go back to sleep. And my light would be on. I would not sleep with my light off. So at the same time every night, there was like footsteps in the attic. I can't explain. Like, it was so terrifying because I could hear it over my head, like these little pitter patter of like footsteps.
I remember like Dad going up into the attics to check for rats at one point, because I remember hearing it once as well, and I was like, Mum, there's like maybe got rats in the attic.
Yeah, we got
something's going on.
It wasn't Dad. We actually got a exterminator to go up and have a look, and there was no sign of rats up there, but there was bees.
Yeah, there was a hornet's nest right outside of Millie's window.
Yeah, but they don't walk around unless I don't know if these hornets are like super fancy and have boots and they do a little like tap dance in the middle of the night in the attic. I don't know.
They just form into like two big feet. You know how they make like formations. They just come with these feet and they're just stomping around.
Oh, yeah. But I remember that anyway. I remember being so terrified. And the ironic thing is, Malika's room, it turned cold.
It was the worst room out of all of them.
The day we moved in, that room, it went from being the most beautiful, bright room to I do not want to be in this room any longer than I have to be.
Yeah, I remember asking Millie if I can. Well, I don't even think I asked her at the time, so sorry, Millie. I'm pretty sure I went in and like stole her belt, but I was like, I need a belt. So I was like, I know Stacey would absolutely kill me, and she knows where all of her belts are. Like,
yeah,
if one went missing, she knew it was me. And I was like, Millie's rarely here. She's at a boyfriend's house most of the time, so she won't know if I take a belt. And I remember going in there and I couldn't find it because her room was a mess. So I was like, oh, I can't find it. And then I was like, I'm not going to bother looking anymore. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going. Like, you go in and I had chills.
Yeah, it's literally like, it was so cold. It was just so eerie. It was so terrifying. And she also had an attic hatch in her room.
Yeah.
And that once beautiful room just turned dark and dingy. And I can't explain how terrifying. I remember I thought one day for a birthday, because like you said, her room was always messy. I was like, it was a birthday. I was like, I'm going to clean her room for her as like a gesture. I don't know what's going through me. I thought, oh, I'll be a nice sister. And I remember like I was putting her clothes away for her. And I just felt like something was watching me. And I remember I just dumped everything, walked out the room, shut the door, did not go back in that room. I was like, I can't. This room is terrifying. And no one in our family spoke about any of these creepy things that were going on either.
Yeah, we all experienced different things, but none of us wanted to tell the other person in case we freaked them out.
Yes, and that's the thing, like no one wanted to say anything when we were living there because they didn't want to scare the other person. So everyone kept everything to themselves
until after we moved out.
And this is where it gets weirder. So these were not the only things that happened in that house. No. We're going to go into Malika's experience of this house. Malika got the brunt of this.
Yeah, we have her permission to tell the stories as well, by the way, guys. We're not just out.
I didn't give a shit if she gave us a permission or not.
She's a sister, yeah.
She can do one. Malika, I love you, but I don't give a shit if I got your permission. Anyway, she had several experiences with an entity, I want to call it. I don't know what it was.
I mean, I'd say she was a spirit.
I don't know.
But then at the same time, spirits don't appear in your dream.
No. So
I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I called Malika up earlier and I just got her to explain everything to me again about this girl.
Yeah.
So she kept seeing a little girl in her dreams all of the time. Every time she stayed at a house, like she was older than us. I think she was like 16. She was partly staying at our house and then she was partly staying with her boyfriend at the time. That sounds really young, doesn't it, to be staying with your boyfriend? But they were together for so long.
Yeah, I think she was like 16, 17.
She would have been because I'm pretty sure I was 13. So yeah, Malika was basically just staying at our house sometimes and then a partner's house. And I didn't know that she was staying so often at her partner's house because she was so terrified of staying at our house.
I mean, I don't blame her.
No. So Malika would have dreams. Every night she stayed at our house, she would have a dream and there would be a little girl that was in the background. Malika said that the little girl wasn't like approaching her. She wasn't actually scared in her dream or anything. She just
Would just see her.
She would just see her. But just wait until I describe the little girl to you. Okay? So the little girl, she said, looked like the Ring girl.
Yeah, that's how I remember Millie saying it.
Yeah. And she was completely drained of colour.
Oh.
So she had no colour to her at all. She just looked like she was just like a black and white figure almost. Except she was carrying a cardboard cutout of a smile and put it up to her mouth. So I just hate that. And that was fully in colour of like a red smile.
See, when we were growing up and then like after we moved out of the house and Millie told us about it, I didn't know about the cardboard cutout.
I just had this really horrible sense and I hate it.
What?
I can't explain this. I just feel like I should be talking about this. I can't explain it. It's making me really sad. But I just had this like my vision kind of just went weird then. And it sounds like I'm making this up and I'm really not. I actually generally am like a little bit terrified. And I had this like vision of that little girl, but like screaming at me, like just like stood there and like going to my face. I think I'm just creeping myself out because of the curtain moving.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go through this quickly then. Because I remember when Millie. Yeah. You creep me out now. Thanks for that.
Can't. You know when you've got the I've got like the chills. I've just got like
So let's try and be respectful about her then. If she's with us, then
she's not with us. She can't be. Like I just feel like my brain is just
I know, but anyway, just make ourselves feel a little bit better. I remember Millie saying, that she looked like the girl from The Ring, like long black hair, like looked quite wet, and she had a creepy smile on her face. I had no idea about the cardboard cutout, but then at the end, I think because I was so young, I don't think she told me the details because obviously she didn't want to scare me. I was only like 11. So
yeah, she said that apparently the little girl had no shoes on either.
Oh,
so she just walk around barefoot.
I mean, I do in the house.
Yeah, but she would be like, the thing is that Malika said that she would just be like on the bus or something and she would just be riding by. And she said one time it was like they were in a shopping centre and she was in the freezer aisle and she could just see her in the background of the glass and the reflection.
Yeah.
And again, like she's holding a cutout smile. I just find that horrible. And that's just like one of a few of the dreams that she had. She had them all of the time. And here's where it gets weirder. So one night she went to the bathroom, okay? And my mum's room was next to the toilet. And so Malika didn't want to turn the bathroom light on. So she left the door light kind of like open ajar.
Yeah.
So the light from the hallway, because that was always on, so the light from the hallway would come through to the bathroom, so she had a little bit of light.
Yeah, because also that bathroom creeped me out. Remember the toilet used to flush itself?
Yeah, that bathroom was fucked, and also the door would lock.
Yeah.
And that was the other reason. Malika said she didn't want, once she shut it, to lock her in there.
Yeah.
So she was like, okay, right, I'm just going to leave it open a little bit, and then I don't have to worry about the latch going or anything.
Yeah.
So she sits in the toilet and she says she heard like adult footsteps running, which I hate. Like she said it was heavy footsteps running towards the bathroom door.
Nope.
And she said it stopped when it got to the bathroom door. So she was like, oh, it must be Dad or something, like running towards the door or something.
Yeah.
She opened up, there was nothing there. This is in the dead of night, like early hours of the morning. And she said that, yeah, like though she had these footsteps running towards the door, stopped, she went in there, nothing was outside. So she shut the door this time and sat back down on the toilet. And then she said that the door had like, it got pushed open. And she said that the force from the door being pushed knocked all of the towels off the back of the door.
Oh God.
I find that horrible. I can't, that's not okay.
No.
And apparently, which I didn't know, another thing that happened was the bar stools downstairs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She said that apparently she went downstairs one day and all of the bar stools were on top of the counter. And she asked Mum, and Mum said at the time, yeah, I did that just because she didn't want Malika to get scared. Because Malika, apparently, again, we didn't know any of this stuff was going on.
Yeah, we had no idea until after we moved out.
Yeah, but apparently Malika had been asking Mum for months to move out. She was like, we need to move house. Mum couldn't, because we just got signed this new tenancy agreement.
Yeah.
We couldn't just move out. That was why Malika was staying at her partner's a lot, because she didn't want to be in the house.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then she later found out Mum actually lied and she hadn't put the bar stools on top of the counter. She just said that so Malika wouldn't get scared, because Mum had no idea who did that.
Do you know one thing that Mum told me? So, because obviously, you know, Millie was having those dreams from the night we moved in, and then till like the night we moved out, and then they stopped.
Yeah.
She never had them again. Mum was telling me about the day that we moved out, and she said, like, Dad and Grampy and all of us were like moving stuff out, and they left. She was the last one in the house, like tidying up the last little bits, making sure it's clean. And she said that she waited for somebody to come home before she would go upstairs into Millie's room. And she said, like, she remembers doing this because she was like, I'm not going up there on my own.
Yeah.
When nobody else is here, I'm not doing it. So she was turning everything off downstairs, waiting for people to come home. Dad then came back with the car to pick Mum up. And, oh God, I'm actually getting goosebumps now. Mum went upstairs.
Right.
Turned the lights all off upstairs. She went in and she remembers turning off the light, running out of the house, like locking it all up, getting in the car and driving off. She said when she turned back round to look at the house, guess whose light was left on? It was Millie's.
Yeah, that's gross.
Millie's light turned back on. And she was like, I am not coming back in to turn that off. That can stay on.
Yeah. Which is the other reason why, because she saw this little girl, it makes me think, like, did anything happen to the family, like the headmaster's family when they lived there? Because obviously they had a little girl that lived there. I don't know. There's no actual, it's really hard to find any form of evidence of things that happened back then because it's so long ago.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I would really love to know more information about it, but there's not really anything else.
Yeah, I would too.
The last weird thing that happened with that house that I can remember is Malika telling me this, and she was basically saying that her partner at the time, he used to be obsessed with dream state, so he used to get sleep paralysis a lot.
Yeah.
So this wasn't like a scary thing to him, like this is normal. However, the night he had sleep paralysis in the dead house, aka our house, that was a different story. She said basically his dream started out with him waking up to the blankets being tugged, which I hate. I hate that the blankets were getting tugged. And then she said that when he looked up, there was that girl that Malika sees in her dreams crawling up the bed on all fours. And she was still holding that cardboard cutout smile.
Oh,
it's just so horrible.
What makes me like creeped out the most is the fact that he seen the same girl.
Yeah.
That Millie did.
Malika did say, she was like, she doesn't know if it's because she was telling him about this girl all the time that he then had a dream about her just from
her description.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if she was keeping him in the dark as well.
No, he knew everything.
Oh, okay. So he still said, I mean, Bravo, mate.
Yeah, but
Bravo.
apparently that was the last time he stayed in that house.
I don't blame you.
She said that he refused to after that.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a choice, we wouldn't have stayed in that house any longer than
No.
what we did.
Anyway, that is the story. Let's end this podcast with a funny ghost story.
Go for it.
Okay. So this is a story that's been sent in to us. And the name of the story is called The Ghost of Flatulence.
Oh, so that ties in with our little love puffs.
I guess it does.
Or was it the
I didn't actually
pink
plan.
shot?
I didn't actually plan that. But yes, this is the Ghost of the Love Puffs.
It's funny how things work out in your favour.
I guess we don't know if it's a love puff or it's a hate shot yet because we don't know how it goes.
No.
Okay.
But thank you, universe, for lining that one up.
Yes, because I mean, I haven't read this yet.
Oh, okay.
So I don't actually know what this story is about.
Get a genuine reaction then. Let's go for it.
I just loved the title and I thought, yes, let's use that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this person wants to stay anonymous. Anonymous? Did I say it right? I feel like I'm saying it too many times now.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
There we go.
What did I say before?
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Anominum.
Do 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 do. Okay, right. Anyway, so we're gonna call her Alex.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's read Alex's story about the flatulent ghost.
The love puff.
The little love puff.
See, we'd say love puff. Reminds me of the Powerpuff Girls.
It's a really bad Powerpuff Girl. It's a really smelly one. Anyway.
It's a love puff.
Okay, yeah. So this happened. She's basically said, this happened to me a couple of years ago. And honestly, I still laugh about it. I'm one of those people who just seems to attract weird energy, like a natural lighting rod for the unexplained. I mean, this kind of sounds like us.
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of sounds very, very familiar. Yeah,
we are one of a kind. So I was out in the garage just scrolling through TikToks when I came across a video about a woman, and they were just joking, saying if I wanted to talk like an asshole, I would have just farted. I thought it was hilarious and just burst out laughing. I went back to scrolling and then it happened. What happened?
What happened?
I don't know.
Did you fart?
Right there in the quiet garage, directly beside my ear, came the loudest.
Oh no.
Oh god. Directly beside my ear came the loudest, most wet and frankly disrespectful fart noise I have ever heard. I jumped right out of my seat, whipping my head around. The garage door was totally closed. My partner was nowhere near the house, and there was absolutely nothing that could have physically made that sound. Oh god. Okay. I stood there, covered in goosebumps, realizing two very important things at once. First, I had just been haunted. Second, the ghost had definitely taken offense to the joke and decided to deliver the most childish and utterly hilarious act of spiritual defiance as possible. That a ghost was trying to move things or whisper doom. It was just a spectral heckler, a comedian, and a master of farting, apparently. To this day, I just refer to him as the ghost of flatulence. And you know what? Every now and then, if the house gets too quiet, I swear I can still hear a faint, muffled sound of a very offended spirit letting one rip from the attic.
Wow. I mean,
I have never experienced a ghost farting.
No, I've had breathing in my ear.
Not a love puff.
No, not somebody farting. I've had like a an obvious from the mouth. I hope it wasn't an arse, but
well, I hope that lightened your mood after the story. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to us. We will leave them in everything in the show notes below, which will be our how to contact us, like email, our Instagram. Basically, it's just the Cold Spot Confessions podcast. You'll be able to find us on all those platforms if you just search it. and we're like the little logo that you can see on your screen, which
With
is
the
like
poltergeist.
yeah, it's literally like a little ghosty in a coffee cup.
Yeah.
That's us. So yeah, well, like we said, we'll leave everything in the show notes below. But thank you so much, and
Thank you for listening, and we will
see
speak to you again next week.
next Friday.
Yep.
Right, bye.
Bye.